Hello, hello. Well, guys, hope you're well. So let me get my admin sorted over here. Hi, Mark. Thank you for putting the camera on. I feel less lonely in this, like, hi, Ian. Good to see you. Thank you very much. Oh, Christine's here. Liz's here. Awesome. Thank you very much. It's great to see you guys. So let me just sort the tech for a second. So I'll put this into the Facebook group so you'll be able to watch it again if you like. Right, perfect. Okay, so Elizabeth, sorry, we don't do this. So I have to kick this thing out. There we go. Right. Okay, very good to see you. Thank you very much for being here and on time. I'm back in the UK, back in my office, so hopefully everything should work well. Let's go. So I've got some cool update to share with you. There we go. Let's get started. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you very much for being on time. I really appreciate it. I like to start on time as well, and I want to really respect your time. So, as a way of updates, we just had a bit of an update with our team, sharing some of the things that are coming in the product. So I've seen for the first time the direct-to-vendor letter working, and on a a developer site, if you like, where they are doing some tests now. So we're very, very close to getting this direct-to-vendor letter campaign manager live to you. So it's a few weeks away, but it's going to be a game changer. I was quite excited to see it working actually. It's got lots of functionality that I didn't expect we will have already. So you'll be able to create workflows and follow-up letters and different campaigns for different type of motivations. And so, yeah, that was really, really awesome. I know the guys, we've got another team, they're going to push in a few days hotfix release. So just a quick release fixing some of the bugs you've been reporting. So thanks a lot for that. Yeah, so that's what's been sort of happening with the filter developer train, and I'm really happy it's going really well. And also they are building some stuff for scalability so we can do more things faster, quicker. So it's really good to see. So that's for the technical part for those of you who are interested. And yeah, I'm happy to take some questions on these because I know a lot of you contributed to some of these things, with your feedback. So again, thank you very much for these. And and uh, and the other thing I wanted to share with you is about these calls. So it's going to take a few weeks and probably until the end of February, but I'm going to make these calls a bit more exclusive. So I'm not going to open it to people on trial in the future, and I'm probably going to rename them into some like property filter inner circle group calls or something like that, and make it more for the people who are more advanced, basically. And so being a bit less liberal to the way these are accessible to people who just join property filter. So just organizing this a little bit, but the idea is that you'll have better quality time with me amongst people who are committed and serious, and that's really the idea. The idea was the idea with these from the start, but I want to. So we're gonna make this change, just so you know. So nothing changing for you because within that time you'll all be you'll all qualify basically to have access to these. But it's just so you know, there'll be a bit less. Yeah, it will be a bit more closed basically. So it'll be open to a smaller group of people who are basically full-fledged property filter members and we won't open it to people who are just starting out on trial. So yeah, that's kind of some of the changes. And then whilst I'm on this kind of update, so it's not for February just now, but just so you know, we're going to start running some events for our members, probably monthly events and things like that, and you'll all be invited. But it's probably going to be from end of March or April time. So I'll let you know more about that time. So opportunity to come and meet in person, and we're probably going to run these out of the office in Birmingham. So I'll let you know more about that. So this is some of the stuff we've been talking about. So all right, so let me move to your questions. So Amit, will you be discussing the answer to Manish's questions about the difference between the ONS data and the Rightmove asking price? So we've looked at this, and I don't have the report yet, but it's certainly something I want to talk about in this call. So let me pencil this again for next week. Sorry, we talked about this ONS, and we talked about this, and we have our data analyst actually on it, but I don't have the full sort of response just yet. And I thought it was a really, really interesting question. So thanks, Amit, for bringing it back. And yeah. So when I've got the answer, yeah, I can do a piece on that, and probably next week if he progresses as fast as he's been progressing on other stuff. So is that okay?
Yeah, Guillaume, hi, this is Manish. Yeah, because that's the $1 billion question. Because I've asked quite a few people, and nobody seems to have the answer. But it's all there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Like if you see the October report of ONS, it's talking about £288,000 average price of a property in UK.
Yeah.
But if you see the October report of Rightmove, they are talking about somewhere around £330,000 for average asking price of a property in UK. And I have asked quite a few property experts, and then they are also.
I'm really confident I'll get you this answer. Yeah, I know he started.
No, I'm sure you'll get me the answer, but it's mind-boggling difference. Like, does it mean that people are pricing the property 27.9% above the actual sale price, or it can't be true?
So when my data analyst has gotten the report, I'll present it to you. I promise. Okay. I might ask him to present himself. So, but I know they're working on it. Okay.
But, sure. Thank you.
And if it's £1 million question, so so you're gonna get a good return on that. So hopefully we can help. But it's yeah. Again, thanks a lot for asking that question last week. And I know the guys are working on it, so I'll chase them. They told me you wouldn't be ready for this one, but I'll chase them to make sure it's ready for next one. And so keep an eye on the Facebook group. I might do a bit of something there to confirm. We talk about it next week. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Nick, planning information. So adding planning information to property filter. So not in the short term, but it's something for like end of Q2 or something like that, sort of April, May. So because there's so many things in the roadmap. But yes, I'll make a note of that too. The more of these, the more you ask the question, the higher up it goes up the pile. And yeah, thanks a lot for that, Amit. I look forward to hearing more when you have the reports. Yeah, me too, actually. So yeah, I think that would be quite interesting. Elisa, is there a way to analyze properties that are off market on Property Filter? I've tried to go on the quick search, but no luck. Yes, of course. So let me share with you how that works. So the way you go, so let me share my screen. Oh, there we go. Can you see this okay? Can you see this okay? Thumbs up, guys. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Liz. So the way you can go and do due diligence on off-market properties is through this market data tab over here, and this is where you can go and put the postcode of any property in the UK. So just putting a random postcode over here, and then in there it pulls all the addresses that you will have within this postcode. And for example, it could be that you're looking at any one of these properties, so number 23 of this street, for example. And from here, it will tell you that. So the use case for this is, for example, you've got, like me, you have some letters printed in your glove box in your car, and you just push them through like direct properties or properties of interest, and then the phone rings, and when the phone rings, you go, all right, I received your letter, like, all right, okay, I send a lot of letters. So could you tell me a bit more? So what was the post? Can you remind me what was the postcode of the property? You can go in there. Okay, what was the house number? So it takes you 10 seconds to get to this stage. And then whilst you're on the phone with this person, or if you want to look at any off-market properties like this, you can see here how much they last paid for the property, what's the square meterage of the property, what's the type of the property, the price per square foot when they bought it, more or less when was it built, and then you'll know about the current and possible EPC over here. You can go and see a lot more details if you want. You've got the full details over here. You'll know about wall, windows, and other things. You'll have the information when they have an EPC certificate, which sometimes they don't. And then you'll also know that in this area, these are your, this is across multiple property types, but you can go here and edit, like your bedroom count and different things to update this tile. It will tell you what has been the average asking price, average asking rent, and how long do things take to sell, how long do things take to come to a rental offer, etc., etc. So this is, and then you got all this other stuff where, this is owned by a company, right? So you can go over here, and then you got the info about the owner right away, and who are the directors, and then any other financial information you can access over here directly. If it's a leasehold property, you'll know the lease length, etc., etc. And you can always go and open the comparables if you want to go into more details and look at similar properties within a radius. You can change this radius as well within I mean, by default it goes to 1 mile, but you can trim it down to 1/4 mile, or whatever you want, and then edit these filters and all these things over here. So this is how you can look up information on any off-market properties. And then if it's one you are looking at and because you are interested to buy it or to make an offer, you can go and add to your pipeline over here, as an off-market properties. It will ask you a couple of other questions to if you want to fill, but you don't have to. If for example, or other things around tax banding, or if there's any other things you want to add. And then over here, if you've already spoken to the vendor, you might say that they want, this is what they want at that time. And then description could be, this is John's property, this is John's phone number, and then you can add pictures, layout if you want, and you can always come and edit these later on, if you want. So what this has done is, you've picked up the phone on an off-market property, or someone brought you an off-market property like this. You can go and check everything up on it there, and then add it to your pipeline. So then on the pipeline, you can follow the step to convert this into a deal, And then this will look for nearby listings. And sometimes if this property has got a history of being on the market, so you will find it here. So although this, for example, this sold 18 months ago, and so if this is your property, you will see over here the last listing as well. So you'll have more information there. And what we're doing, and I've been talking about it for a few weeks now, and I've seen it progress quite well. So they're almost there. Is the last sold data over here. So how in the comparables you've got the pictures of everything that's available, the pictures about everything that's sold subject to contract, the pictures of everything that's been withdrawn recently for sale or to rent. And then for properties that sold, we have so far the address, the price they sold, when they sold it, the EPC, etc. And we are pulling all the pictures into this, so I know they are quite close to releasing that. So you'll have it in the comparables over here, but you'll also have it in this over here, so that you will know when they last sold this property. If it's within, I think, 18 months or a couple of years, you'll also have I think it will go back as far as you want it. So whenever it last sold and it was sold on the market, it will pull the pictures at the time where it sold. actually. So that's how this is going to sort of improve. Does that answer your question? Is that where you were looking, or? That Elisa? Sure. Yes, thanks. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, so Ian, good to see you, Ian, again. So I've found a few times that a property on Rightmove is not on property filter. One cause was it was listed as commercial, not residential. Do I need a lead generator for commercial and resi? Yes, that's right. Yes, so that's exactly right. So the way the lead generator work is when you set a criteria over here. So if you go, I just go somewhere random. Here, and if I go into the no template to see all the details, you got the resi or commercial. So if you are looking for something niche, like a hotel or large properties, I would recommend duplicate the resi and commercial. So you got both grounds. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Vic is asking, is there a filter to find auction properties? So yes, so over here in those strategy filters, you got auctions and you say only show auction properties. And then you can call it auctions, auctions only, or whatever you want. And this is just in one postcode. So there are 15 properties in there, which are all auctions. And then the auction properties will have this little tag here over here. Okay, so we got 15, and amongst those 15, you got these where the sales fallen through previously. So, and these are all in auction. Okay, Vic, let me know if that's cool.
No, thanks. That's great.
Yeah, it's very, very simple. Stuart, good to see you, Stuart. So, average return price are shown for a property size. Is there a way to show the distribution, highest and lowest, the 19th percentile, so that we can initiate? So we can base initial income based on a good product rather than an average one. It's a very good question. So it's a very good question. We're doing some work on data visualization, so you can see this in a good way. So I don't think there is at the moment, but it's a really good question, and it's very timely because we're actually working on that, making this kind of stuff a bit more useful. So I'll make a note of that. See, Stuart. Thank you, Stuart, for the question. 90th percentile. Awesome. Is there a filter to find properties owned by companies? Yes, there is. So in the same way, so let's say I go, I've got this quite wide area in London for short leases. So what I'll do, I'll duplicate it. So because I want to save this this area, and then in the filters over here, so I might go no filters on anything. I don't want maybe I don't want the retirement home. I want to exclude the new builds. And then in the advanced filters, so I need to remove one thing, which is around the lease lengths. All right. So somewhere in there, company owners. So company owners has been identified. So let's see. So this would be Southwest London, owned by companies. There we go. Southwest London, owned by companies. There you go. And for all of these properties, we will have the company information. So if I go, I don't know, just random one. Is anything fallen through, reduced quite a bit? So here's one where it was listed with 3 different agents before being re-listed with Savills, and even with Savills, they've dropped the price quite a few times. And then if I go here, you see I've got a link to the company. And all the properties you have in these lead generators, because you put the filter to only see stuff owned by companies, it'd be the same thing. So if I look at this next one, again, so 4th agent involved, This just came back on the market just a week ago. And then over here, I've got the company detail. Oh, confirmation statement overdue. No, like you want to go and speak to these guys right away, you know. I mean, it's a recent company as well. I hope it's no one's company on the call, but yeah, this is and you can see with the registration of charge, you know, how many sometimes you can have a good idea of their portfolio, if there are other properties in there. But let's have a look at the charge. 55 Kingswood Road, London, SW2 4JN. So if I go back over here, 55 B Kingswood Road, SW4JN, you know. So this is the charge of this property over here. And you know, with the lender, you got quite a few information, you know. Yeah. Is that cool, Vic?
That is excellent. Yeah. And on property filter, is it does that try? You know, if a company owns multiple properties, is there a way on property filter to?
So we have this information in the back end, but today there is no like filter on the platform to say, can you show me the portfolio companies? And just to share with you, like, because this is this weekly call, so we've got plans to create another product around this. I'm not quite sure when we'll release it. Once the direct to vendor letter campaign manager is live, we want to license things a bit in a different way for all off-market properties. So even though they have no properties to sell, you'll be able to buy a product of some sort where you'll be able to target and send letters to portfolio companies, you know. That's something we have planned. In a similar way, we want to create another product where you could buy the exclusivity on an area where you want to go Southwest London. I want to be the only one sending letters to all those off-market short lease properties, you know, and things like that. So these are things in development, but today it's not like easily accessible on the platform. But we have all of this data in the backend, if that makes sense. Okay, Vic?
Yeah, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Kevin.
Sorry, why do you want to go to a particular area and just and solely just own that area?
So the idea with it is that today, if we make this accessible to everybody, it's going to have a law of diminishing return, because if I share with you all the shortlist property, so shortlist or portfolios or like potential class MA, you know, like PD, commercial to resi conversions, there's a few strategies like this where, because they're all off market, there's a finite amount of them, and if we make it liberally available, these people will receive just 50 letters per week, you know, and it's going to kill the deal because it's going to create a big demand compared to their supply. So what would be a lot more valuable is creating a separate product to this license into Property Filter, where you are the only one. For 1 year, you can hammer the hell out of your area or your strategy or something like that. We need to design and formalize this properly, but that's the idea, so that we don't kill the deals, basically. That's what makes sense.
Is that generate a cost or something?
So that would be a separate product or something like that, which would probably sit outside of this platform. So we have all of this data today, but it's we want to use it in a way where you get the deals, you know, basically. So we need to figure out exactly how we're going to segment it and things like that. And there's a whole array of things we're looking at with off-market properties. So having a marketplace for package deals. So this is coming very soon, actually. So you can receive off-market good quality package deals where the team has gone and done some due diligence on them and things like that. So there's lots of different services like this we want to add, but we need to make it in a clever way so that because there's so many of us using Property Filter, it doesn't kill the deal. The way it works now is because there are all properties coming on and off the market. So there's always new flows there's 1 million properties coming on the market every year, you know. So there's always a new flow of properties like this. So it's not as static as the other kind of off-market properties I mentioned. So we'll probably do it in a slightly different way. And I can't tell you more because we've not designed it properly just yet.
I don't see the benefit in it at the moment, because say if there's a particular area and there's say 10 people or even 20 people that's operating in that area, now all of a sudden they can't operate in that area because it's given to one person. So I think it should be open.
I mean, how do you operate today? You don't have it, so you operate in the same way. I mean,
Say that again.
or would you operate today without
Well,
this solution, so it doesn't prevent you from doing things?
no, because it's an open market. Anybody can go, and do a deal. It's an open market. But if you're gonna like limit it to just one person that can do that deal in that area, then that don't seem a benefit for me if I'm in that area and I want to do work in that area.
Yeah, so we'll share more when it's finalized, but don't confuse. There's different things. There's all the platform and what there is right now, and then there are more channels of deals, if you like, we are creating, and we're going to license those additional channels in a different way for different strategies and things like that.
Okay.
But it doesn't prevent you from doing what you're doing now. It's just different add-ons, specific things. It's not going to impair what you are doing today. It's just today we have the data, we don't use it. We know we can generate really good quality deals for people, and we are doing some tests now before we present it. And once the tests are conclusive that it works, the idea is that not to kill those additional channels by oversupply, over demand basically, because that's why I've got a friend of mine. He was one of the first customer of a famous mapping tool. If you think about finding off-market land and things like that, and he says, back in the days, like 6-7 years ago, he was doing really well, but now because there's just a limited amount of these corner plots, and then those tools are very liberally used. He literally would go and sit down in this vendor's kitchen. They will slam a pack of 50 letters, like literally, like it's very theatrical. So which one is yours? And they have all of these letters they've received. So I don't want to create another channel. So what we're talking about is an additional stream of leads, another stream of off-market leads, but I don't want to create it in a way where people don't get the results. So I want to make it very high valuable for people who are going to do 50 deals a year, like 100, 20 deals, 50 deals a year. So that's kind of the idea. Okay. But it's not I mean, I've not designed it yet, and we've not really concluded on how we're going to do it, but think of it as just additional streams. These are additional channels for more deals in niche strategies, which doesn't prevent or steps on anyone's toes using the platform and finding the motivated sellers on the platform. Yeah.
Okay. While I got you, can you show me how I can find land on Property Filter?
Yeah. So it's probably, we've not really built it to find land for the reason I described earlier. You can go onto like a commercial. So if I go in, I've got Reading over here, just as an example, you can go here, and if I go commercial properties and then land, this will show me all the land opportunities that are on the market, but we've not, and we probably won't. I don't know. We will see, but we will see what we do, but probably won't have we will see. I don't want to. There's a few ideas we're playing with right now, but in the short term, we probably won't have a mapping tool like you might think of to find land for the reason I described earlier. But we will see. It's something we pivot in a couple of months because it's very easy. It's actually very easy to build. These maps tools. So if there is a demand for people to look at off-market properties on the map, it would take us a few weeks to build it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so all of these, so in and around Reading, these are those land opportunities. You got your price per square foot over here. So I'm not sure why this one is here, but you have this one. And then you see like two different plots of land in a nearby area. And then all of these other ones. So this pulls all the different land opportunities you'll have from all the different portals in one place. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Kevin. So Kevin, on the deal stacker, is there a detailed sheet for refurb costs so we can record of estimated costs? I believe at the moment there is one plugged number. So what you are asking is when you are stacking a deal. So let's say I'm going into these as an example, and I want to stack this this property. Got a deal calculator over here, and when you add your deal calculator, you've got different strategies. So let's say we're going to do a BRR with this, maybe as a buy-to-let. So we've got a bit of a template over here, and here there is one line for refurb cost. And what you're asking is, can we break this down into different things? The answer is yes, we can. But has it been done? No. So right now, I kind of see what you're saying. So because you're having to stack this somewhere else to put your electrics, your this, your that, to build up this number, and to put it into this. So let me take a note of that.
That would be really useful. We
Yeah.
found in the past that having bits of fag packet all
Yeah.
over the place and not having a permanent record, it would be really useful to have it in, because we're as a CRM, property filter is brilliant. It's just lacking that just one bit of detail. That would be brilliant.
Yeah. And we can make it quite simple and flexible in a way. If you think it could be something like this, where you could break down the cost, and then you can add your different categories over here, and then you could create your own. So the components already exist, so it shouldn't be difficult to do. So I think this could be a quick win. I'll just share this with the dev team, and they'll tell me what they can do with it. But I can't see this being too complicated. So we can probably fast track this. Break down the refurb cost into sub items. Yeah. So just to share with you a little bit, so when we built those deal calculators, initially they were quite complicated. So we had a lot more details, and we see like it was a bit overwhelming for some people. So we made them a lot simpler, and that's a bit the fag, the back of the fag packet is a bit the spirit we got into there. So they are quick, they are easy and quick to do. So you got a quick rough idea of how it works, and then most people, once the offer is accepted, you probably want to go into more details with it. So that's been the idea with that. But I can see how this is really interesting actually, and something I didn't think about. What you're saying is to use it as a template for the next one. So as you know how this works, you can pull your own templates. So all of those deals are deals we've stacked. You would have stacked before. You can access them again. So then you can pull your own templates, and then you've got all of your stuff out there, your electrics, your this and that is already there. So I can really see the benefits in this context now. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. It's really
Cool.
appreciate it.
Brilliant.
Robert, can you merge off-market properties after when it become advertised on Rightmove? So I believe that, so I don't think I've had the case. So let's say you add an off-market property. So if I go into my pipeline, and we did add a couple of off-market properties, so these are the ones. I believe that when this becomes, if somehow this turns up on the market, I believe it will pull the details here in a different listing. So you see you got the for sale listing over here. And if I edit this property, I can actually add a listing. So there's not really a use case, but it's just to show you asking price. There we go. So you see, like, you'll have different listings. Say so it will come up in a similar way. So you got your off-market properties, and then if somehow they put it on the market somewhere, you will see it automatically. It will turn up here, and you see how you've got price and station. So 350, 500 and 550 over here. So it will come up in this way. I'll double check what happens.
Yeah, so basically I've had a property from the agent, and then so I added, but then yesterday they listed on the Rightmove and other platforms, and then I've got now 2 entries. So the first, and then address is this, yes, and address is the same, but doesn't merge it. So I was wondering.
So so I thought it would work automatically. If not, go into the chat over here, and then in the message here, send a message, say, hey, this is my situation, this is the link of my property, and they'll sort out they'll sort out something in your backend to merge the two. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But it's a really good point, because I don't think we ever had the case before. So you see, I wasn't quite sure how it worked when I explained. So obviously it means that you must not bring it back automatically. So you know, once they'll see that, and I'll speak to them, they'll make it so that it comes in the way I described it.
Right.
Because it makes a lot of sense, you know.
Yes, I mean, I refreshed a couple of times and then, but hasn't happened. So hence my question.
Yeah.
Just quick one on the average rental price. Whenever you pull those data, what I can see now is that especially newly built flats, doesn't give me the real price of the rental properties or even sell properties around the area. Is there any way to?
So can you explain a bit more? So are you looking to buy new build flats, or are you saying the new build flats are skewing the data?
New build flats skewing the data.
And you are looking for comparables on flats as well, or?
Yes. So houses are fine, but I found some when I was looking into flats. That old built flats, so and new built flats, the price difference, whether it's for sale or rent, is quite a big difference. And then I need to do extra due diligence in order to find out.
Yeah, it's a really good point. So I've made a note of that, and well, we're doing a lot of work in the data analyst in the backend. So for example, we find some issues with there's some certain postcodes in the UK which are full of student houses, and the listings are live all the time, you know. So it shows that it takes a very long time to rent, you know. Well, it's just that they've got this live for quite a lot. So we're building lots of different machine learning engines to clean the data. And there's definitely something we can do on the flats here. So, you know, like with the new builds, so we can detect the new builds, get rid of the new builds, so that when you're looking for something, you actually get the comparables. And we've got a few quite clever machine learning bots, you know, that work in the backend with some AI things working with the data. And so this could be another project we start. And the data analyst we have has been really, really good. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. I can see this. We can make if you don't mind writing us again like this way, writing to us again about this in there. Like this, they've got a record and a log, and they might come back to you to say, yeah, this has been fixed now. Let me know what you think, and then they'll want to discuss with you to have some feedback if what they've done, and if the machine learning things does the clever thing is supposed to do, and if it kind of does the work you are doing, you know, with your additional due diligence as you described.
Okay, yeah, definitely I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much. This will help because I can see, you know, like you are Robert, but like tomorrow, I don't know, you know, like, so like if you write us like this, we have a track, a bit like we've done with Manish, and then we'll cover these. Yeah, thanks so much. It's really, really cool, guys. Huh? You know, like it's really, really good feedback. So
thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. Okay, great. Is there anything to filter the probate data even? I believe so. So let's go into the filters again. And by the way, guys, don't worry if it's maybe your first time on this call, these are quite advanced calls. We go into some advanced questions, and I'm going quite fast. And also I speak with an honorable accent, so half of you might not understand what I'm talking about. So just before I go into this question, if you feel like this is a bit overwhelming today and it all seems very complicated, in the success base over here, first thing you should do is go on to this 20-minute, half-an-hour call where Rhett will take the time. So Rhett is our senior property consultant. He's built a very successful HMO portfolio very quick, so he can really help you with these. There's lots of articles in the knowledge base. If you're looking for any questions, you can type things in there, and it will pull something for you. And then when you get more advanced, there's we run these strategy specific calls all about setting up your criteria, looking for your deals, and making sure the outcome of this is you're ready to go and do 5 viewings and get some deals, So, and then today it's a bit more advanced and a bit more fast. So yeah, don't worry if you find yourself a bit overwhelmed like today. There's a lot of other resources you can leverage. So Ivan, so let's say if I go and duplicate this one in Reading, and I reset my filters, and I want to target those properties that are probate. I believe it's somewhere in there, probate, and you can go show only the probate properties. And then let's see. And so in there, there's 7 available, 8 sold subject to contract that are, let's see what this one. And you see, so that looks like sadly what you would expect as a probate property. So picks up, picks it up from here, probate. So you have the information, and sometimes you'll even know they sometimes tell you about the offer they received. We may receive. No, they don't. Not on this one. But yeah, so this is what I would do. So you can go and look at these probate properties. Is that okay, Ivan? Just let me know.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
Frank is saying, are we putting new functionalities in other products? So no, so I went a little bit overboard here to share some stuff with you. So there are certain things that are going a bit above and beyond what we can put in a platform, and we've not redesigned and decided on these just yet. But there are things by the nature of the lead generation channel they create. We don't want to break it when we create it, because it's managing the supply and the demand. So we don't really know how to deal with it. It's why we've not done it yet. It's why it's not on the platform. But the idea is to make it fair so that people have a good chance of doing, like a very high chance of doing the deals. So we need to figure out how we do this, how we actually do this, Frank. So not quite sure today, or to be really honest and fair with you, like I'm not quite sure exactly how we're gonna do it. So the idea we're leaning into is like adding some other things outside, but I don't quite know. I want to see how the directive on the letter stuff goes to start with, and then we'll see how we can integrate with some like off-market letter sending or something like that. But I don't even know if it will be within Property Filter or something else. I don't quite know, and I don't know if we will when we will do it. Charlotte, is there a way to find out if there is an outstanding finance mortgage on the property? So the only way you can find out is by looking at the title. So if the property is owned by a company, you'll know with the charge. So if I go back to this lead generator we created earlier, I know all of these properties are owned by companies. And basically, when you go and click on the link that opens Companies House over here, in your charge register over here, you can see here that there's a charge, and it's not outstanding. Sorry, it's outstanding. It's not satisfied. So this tells you they've got this finance with these guys. You can't know the balance of the finance they have, like you can in the US, but you can't here. So that's with properties owned by companies, you can access this information freely. And then for privately owned properties, you'll need to buy the title, and the same information will be on the title. And if you see, like, some of these will be really motivated, like there really is going to be good chances that like these guys will do a deal because the sales fallen through 3 times, etc., etc. It's well worth buying the title. If that makes sense. Is that okay, Charlotte? Just let me know. Okay. Darren, can you search buy-to-let properties in Preston? Yeah, so really easy, Darren. So I recommend you join one of these calls, because they'll really show you how to set your criteria to so this get started call, if you've not been, is really so you understand where things are and you're very confident with the platform. There's some resource videos as well in there. You can have a look. And then for your buy-to-let strategy, yeah, this would be your call over here. So if I go and have a look, there's one tomorrow at 5, so you're more than welcome to join, and I will answer your question as well. So in your deal calculator, I'm sorry, I'm becoming a bit untidy. I've got lots of lead generators everywhere. So you want to go add a new lead generator. You want to go in Preston, so PR1, for example. And you see you're gonna become better than the French at UK postcode, I tell you, like and then you can define your area, what you want to include and not include. And then in there, so there are some buy-to-let templates over here, 2 and 3 beds as a template. You can always go and edit your filters and play with certain things. So for example, maybe you don't want flats. Here you can put your maximum price. No auctions, existing properties only. That's kind of the filters there. Just call this test. Let's go. And so you got your 32 available properties in Preston that match your criteria. And I believe with the template, it's looking at high EPC filters, but you can do the opposite if you want to do so these assume you want to find a buy-to-let that is ready to let. So that is with the template, how it's set up now, but you can always change it. So here we go, 32 available properties. As I always say, 90% of what you have, can be a waste of time. So you want to go top, straight to the most motivated sellers. So these are all properties where the sales fallen through, we came back on the market, etc., etc. So these are going to be your prime leads, and then you can work your way towards here using the star system here to see like which are going to be the most motivated. Now I've put here a criteria in the template for the EPC to be A, B, C, or D. You can always change this over here in your advanced filters over here. So you go, I actually don't want the high EPC. I want the really poorly stated properties. So you'll have a lot less, but these will be like more refer projects basically. So from this view, so what I'm doing here is I didn't have to leave my leads inbox to change my criteria, but then I can see here other properties which might or could be in not the best of states, basically. So there's something here. There's actually no pictures of the internals. You can see that it was on the market since last July and delisted a couple of times. On the market for 85. There's no internal pictures. There's some scaffold board around. I mean, it's got to be something interesting. So yeah, can you tell from this window over here that you're, if you're looking for a refurb, like this is what you want to do. Search by EPC, yeah, and this just came back on the market just today. So this just fell through. Put it on the market on the 19th of January. They accepted an offer within a week, and then the thing fell through, came back on the market just yesterday. So yeah, you might want to go and probably want to go and look at this one if you want. Okay, Darren, let me know. It's probably one for you, this one. Charlotte, with the package ad and what will be in Sourcer use the platform could be competing with PF2 package deal. So so this will be open to everybody. So as a sourcer, you'll be able to upload the deals you secured for other Property Filter members to buy it from you. And we've not fully designed things, but we're working with a partner there who is going to do. So I wanted to talk about this next week, actually. So I'm gonna give you more details about how this is going to work next week, because we are doing some details. So this is working with a partner of ours, and we're building the marketplace within Property Filter. So it will start with some low tech integration, which will be just introducing to them, and then you'll have a deal flow. You'll receive some package deals from there, and as a sourcer, this is another way you can sell your deals. And what I really like, and the reason why it took us a while to do this, is what I really like about them is the service they offer. And as a sourcer, they'll deal with all the compliance for you at no cost. As an investor, you've got your insurance that they've done a degree of due diligence, and most deals they won't accept. And as a sourcer as well, they deal with all the back office, so all your deal progression they will do, so it's very, very valuable. So I want to tell you a bit more about it next time, and probably get them on one of these calls to present. And then as we progress the relationship, and based on your feedback, what you want and how you want it, I want to integrate it a bit more, so that everybody gets a lead generator, which is I don't know exactly how we're going to do, but if you think like the simplest way, if you think you'll have like a purple lead generator, for example, over here, which is always there, and then you get all your, like you get a national deal flow of package deals, all within the one place over here. So it's a bit early for me to talk about it too much, because it's we're just starting to sort out how we're going to do. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. And then could be competing with Property Filter to package deals. So Property Filter, we're not really competing with. I mean, you won't be competing with anyone. It's just there's going to be a transparency that yes, the deal would have been on the market, but for you to sell and package the deal, you'd have to secure it directly with with the agent, with the vendor. So for this to work, you'll have a piece of paper that secures the deal anyway before we put it on the platform. And then the mechanism so that and it's transparent. As an investor, you want to see what happened to the deal before, and as a sourcer, you want to be rewarded for actually going there and securing the deals. And what I don't want is create a place where anybody can go on Rightmove, or like just offer the asking price on any random property and package it as a super deal. So I think what is good with having it within Property Filter is that there is the transparency that yes, he was on the market before, and maybe he was on the market for 200, but this is now packaged at 180. Basically, can you pay someone £5 for a £20 note? And it's all secured with the contract. So yeah, I see it. So I see it work like this. So we'll see. I'll tell you more when it's a bit more organized and formalized. But that's it's one of the many different projects we're working on for you guys. Is that okay, Charlotte? Yeah, let me know if that answers your question. Yeah. Liz, I'm looking at an auction property which isn't showing via the address lookup. No result found. Anything I can do to access this? I don't have the house number. All right. So Liz, it's a really good question, because I'm wondering if the address lookup looks. I'm not quite sure if it looks at maybe it's a commercial property. I'm just not quite sure. It should be there. It should be one of those one of those suggested properties there if it's on the market somewhere. Again, like the best with this is you can go and ask the question over here, and if you've got the link to this property from somewhere else, just share it with the guys, and then if it's on one of the main portals we partner with, so you'll have they'll find it for you. Charlotte, do we detail refurb? We do detail refurb reports. It would be great to be able to plus those to the deal calculators I saved. Okay, thanks so much. Again, so there's a few of you talking about it. So this is going up the list again. Thank you very much. Stuart, can an allowance be made for interest paid for finance trades for money in? Yes, so I know what you mean. I know what you mean. So the way to so basically, how do you factor cost on money left in, or cost on, because you have like 100% finance because you raised your deposit from private investor or somewhere. So the best way with this, so again, if I go after a random property, the best way with this, I would say, is over here. You've got the deal calculator. And then the way to cover this, I would say, is to go in over costs. And if you know you're going to hold the property for 12 or 18 months, you can put here, you know, like what's going to be the, you know, your cost over here. It will be a cost to your purchase over here, or you can put it as a cost of refinance over there. That's probably the best way. And again, on my comments earlier about the deal calculators, we thought about all these things, and we actually did the first ever deal calculator, which was a bit generic and not covering all the strategies, was a bit complicated. So we you know, like we worked out the way to make it a bit simpler. And I know for you guys who are a bit more advanced, you know, you'd want more detail. So I'm wondering if there could be like different, like an expert mode, you know, like you can toggle an expert mode and you got more of a detailed view of things. So let me take a note of that. Where we detailed money left in costs. Yeah, thanks so much for that, Stuart. Really appreciate it. Any idea when the update button will be working again? Yes, sorry. So I know they fixed it, and there's a release coming in a few days. My CTO is on Property Entrepreneur Workshop today, so I didn't have time to catch up with. I wanted to tell you today. I couldn't catch up with him today about it, but I know they fixed it. But I just need to know when are they going to do their hotfix push. But my assumption is that it's within a few days. And again, thanks a lot for telling us about it previously. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You know, so it's going to be a couple of days away. I'm very sorry. Jayhan, so Guillaume, can we see the article area in cities for, I think, are you on about Article 4 areas? So a couple of ways. So I'm in Manchester over here, so you can go, or from any properties, basically, you can go in the map here and show the HMO Article 4 map. And what this does is within your property detail view over here, it's loading all the Article 4 areas of the country. And you can see your property, this property we're looking at, in relation to the nearest Article 4. So this is Manchester's Article 4, but you can see like all of them, you know, like all of them are all across the country. And then if you want to see the whole country without being within a property, so in the market data over here, you got the planning constraint map, and this is the HMO Article 4, again, same map over here. And then the goal is that we add more stuff to this, so you can see more things, you know, your green belt, flooding zone, and all that. So it's something we have in the pipeline, but not quite for you know, like just immediately. Okay. Richard's found a workaround. Okay, well, thanks a lot for that. So yeah, I've seen it fixed in our dev production environment, and I'm just waiting to know like which day this week we are gonna publish this hotfix release. So you'll see, because here you'll see like you got the property filter version on the bottom. I'm looking on the bottom left here, and it says, you know, last time we did a release was on the 17th of January, and you'll see when these dates will turn and be like the 8th of February or the 9th or the 10th of February or something. This is part of the hotfixes. Okay. Jacob. There we go. So yeah, absolutely, Jacob. So Jacob's asking, are you planning to on adding maps overlays showing selective licensing schemes? Yes. So this will be visible here, and you'll be able to see this the same way we did the Article 4 map. We'll do this selective licensing and other things. It's just as you can imagine, this was quite a task to go and find out all of these areas, and then I literally had someone plotting these, you know. Yeah, we got a bit traumatized by this, but but the plan is to do the same for these. Yeah, thanks a lot. I actually make a note to speak about the. All right. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you all. Thank you, but it needs to go on monthly costs. What was that, Stuart? Oh, you mean the money left in? You want to show it because you are paying interest on it. Okay. 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 Let me have a chat with the guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Ian, yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, these sessions, as I said at the start, we're gonna. Let me stop sharing. As I said at the start, the intention is we're gonna make them a lot more exclusive. I'm probably calling them property filter in a circle or something like that. And the idea is, I find them very valuable because I get a lot of feedback from you guys. But in the meantime, I want to give you the real valuable updates and also valuable question and answers and things like that. The highest tier, if you like, you could get from us. So yeah, so we're gonna make it a bit more exclusive. So I think from March time there'll be a different way to join these calls, and it'd be only open for the people who are members, you know, basically. Now within the pipeline there is okay, let me do Nirma's question. We're in the pipeline. When adding a date to follow up, is it possible to add a calendar link, Google Calendar? Yeah, absolutely. So this is really interesting actually, and it's a feature. I don't know if everybody knows about it. Can you see my screen? Okay, yeah. Go back to this. There we go. So in your pipeline over here, you'll have a little settings button. You can also access it within the calendar tab over here, the little calendar preferences. And here you can link your Google Calendar, your Outlook, or if you're using iCal from Apple, you can just put the calendar URL over here. And then the idea over here is that you can link your Gmail or whatever system you use to sync your calendar with Property Filter, so that when you create follow-ups, it's pushed into your calendar. When you go and create viewings, so like I've got these viewings over here, so these viewings appear in your in a calendar you can subscribe to within your preferred system. And the really cool thing when you got this event in your calendar is that it gives you two links. One is a Google Map links to the property, which means that you can literally click on it if you use your phone as a GPS, you know, and the thing will just drive you there. And the second one is you'll have a mobile friendly view of the property detail view as part of the calendar meeting invitation. So you know you can't use Property Filter. It's not meant to be used on a phone just yet. So we're working on this application as well. But you've got these shareable links over here that you can consult on your phone. So you'll have this information hand at hand basically on your calendar event. So it's really good question. Yeah, no worry. Thank you so much. There's a lot of stuff, you know, like we're not really, the way we've built it is not so obvious. There's a lot of stuff that are there, but it's a bit hidden, you know, like it's not so obvious the way we've done it. But hopefully a lot of the stuff we want to do is improve the whole UI, UX, you know, the user interface and experience. So a lot of these things become a lot more intuitive. Okay, yes, thanks so much. Thank you for your time today. Thank you so much for the feedback as well. I've got some really cool notes, and always motivates me, the question you ask and the feedback you give us to go out and and deliver for you. So really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a very good day, and looking forward to speak with you next week, where I hope we'll cover Manish £1 million question. So see you there. Thank you very much. Yeah, Charlotte. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.